All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Don't mind the mess in the back. That's just because right now I was watching the game, so I didn't really have time to like get my room done or whatever. But yeah, like I said, hope you guys are having a good day. Today is Real Madrid versus Real Sociedad. Now, I want to start really quick looking at Real Madrid. I want to see what their expected goals was because yeah, 3.10. I hate to admit it, but this was actually a really, really good game from Real Madrid. They actually looked like a team. Like before, when I was watching Real Madrid versus Valencia, I genuinely wanted to pour bleach in my eyes because it was the football they were playing was just so bad. And the fact that they won 2-0 is beyond me. I mean, Valencia is obviously trash, but to that extent, I had no clue. It was beyond the words that I could describe with my vocabulary. But I mean, without any more bashing on Valencia, because we're here to talk about Real Sociedad. I don't think Real Sociedad had a good game at all. I mean, obviously they had some chances, but at the same time, dude, you gotta have better finishing when you're up against Courtois. I mean, dude, the amount of saves this guy was making, bro, especially at the second half when they actually tried to like come back. Like these were not easy saves, and bro, he just got in front of the offender. He got in front of the offense and he just blocked it, but I mean, that's kind of his job. I mean, like, and Courtois is literally like the best goalkeeper in the world. So, and I'm a Barcelona fan. I don't want to admit that, but he is. But honestly, I think the main reason that this like game was actually sort of watchable was because Mbappe wasn't playing. Genuinely, when Real Madrid play with Mbappe, they have like no space. Okay, let me retract. When Real Madrid play with Mbappe makes Real Madrid worse. Now, I know a lot of people are going to see that and be like, what? Like, are you dumb? Like, look how many goals he scored. But if you actually play football, you know that just because somebody's scoring a lot of goals, it doesn't mean that the team is playing well. And today that showed exactly why. Because today Real Madrid played with the actual number 9. They played with a creative right winger. You know, obviously, Arda Güler and what was it called? Trent were like switching sides. And by the way, Trent had an amazing game. I'm very scared. I said this in my last video. I said, I do not want to see this guy Trent play for Real Madrid, bro, because this guy is going to be scary. And he got an assist today. And bro, I mean, it is looking scary to be honest, but never mind that. I want to talk about, okay. Oh, I was talking about Mbappe, right? So obviously Mbappe, he's good for scoring penalties. You know, sometimes those counterattacks, just send it up to Mbappe, see what he does. But to be honest, it's not good football when you really boil it down to what Vinicius, and even though Vinicius, we'll talk about the penalties. Don't leave without me talking about the penalties because I have things to say about those penalties. But even without disregarding the penalties, like, let's just imagine that the penalties didn't even happen in this game. I think Vinicius really did have a brilliant game. And it's because, once again, he has space. He doesn't have Mbappe crowding him on the left wing, bro. He had space to dribble down the line. He had space to play it back or, cross it. Or he didn't really cross this much in this game. But, he actually had space to do what he needed to do. And with Mbappe there, he really just diminished Vinicius. And at this point, like, we see every time Mbappe's not playing, they play the best football. When Mbappe wasn't playing against Man City, for that first half, Real Madrid were better. They were the better team. And for the first 20 minutes, they were dominating Man City, creating the most chances, being the most dangerous on the attack. They even scored that first Rodrigo goal. Like, this is why I think Mbappe at Real Madrid won't work as long as Vinny and Mbappe are both there. But, people are going to call me crazy. But honestly, as soon as one of those two leaves, Real Madrid's going to be scary again. But, I mean, I guess maybe that's a hot take. People just don't like to admit that because they glaze Mbappe and they glaze Vinicius. But, I mean, it is what it is, bro. What was I talking about? Right, okay. So now that we talked about Mbappe, because we don't even care about Mbappe, really. He didn't even play this game. I want to talk about Vinny and those 2 penalties, bro, because... Dude, I was watching it live. Okay, first of all, let's talk about that ref, because that ref, he was calling everything. Like, it's anything that was in the box, he was calling it. He called that first penalty against Vinicius, and he called that Oyarzabal goal without even looking at VAR. He just called it. He just said it. By the way, that the Oyarzabal penalty, that was a penalty for sure. I mean, Dean Huijsen doesn't even get to the ball, and Dean Huijsen, I think I mean, I think he had like a pretty bad game, to be honest. I mean, I've been of the opinion that I think Dean Huijsen is a bit overrated. But I mean, you know, because he's not very defensive. I mean, he is obviously a defender and he could do like stuff like that, but I don't know, man. He does like the whole like gimmick of like chill guy. Like, bro, stop with that, bro. You're a defender. You're playing for Real Madrid, bro. You gotta, you know, be more like aggressive, I guess. I don't know, but I mean, what am I saying, bro? I would love to have Dean Huijsen on my team. You know, just at least have a little bit more depth in the defense, because I think that's what Barcelona really lacks a lot. But hey, it is what it is. But anyways, going back to that penalty, that Oyarzabal, he slides it in down the middle. I don't really know if he meant to do that or if he just meant to blast it. Dang it, I have hiccups, bro. I think it's because I ate like potatoes and eggs. But by the way, it doesn't really matter. So yeah, that was a clear penalty. Obviously, he doesn't even touch the ball or anything. They didn't really like combat that, or at least like argue with it. But that first Vinicius penalty, I mean, I think that one is a penalty. And in my video on TikTok, I say that he dives to make contact with him, but it is soft, bro. It is one of the most soft penalties because like he does make contact with him after like Vinny extends, because bro, you look at that penalty, Vinny is definitely extending his foot to make contact with him, but at that point he doesn't fall. It's after when Vinny retracts his leg and then the defender kind of sweeps it a little bit and then his legs go. But I mean, super dramatic, by the way, but that's besides the point. He does make contact after that initial hit from Vinicius, but it kind of like, okay, it kind of reminds me of that one penalty on Argentina, not on Argentina, but for Argentina in the World Cup against the Netherlands, where it was like right outside the box. I forgot who it was. Was it like Molina or was it like Otamendi? It was one of the players on the left. And it literally, the same thing happens. The defender like swipes his foot and it's super soft, but the player just goes down and it's just automatically a penalty, which in my opinion is just like, we're really calling that, but it is what it is. But the second one, bro, the second penalty, bro, I don't care what anyone says, that is not a penalty. It's the same thing that happened, I forgot what team it was, a couple weeks ago. It might have been like Osasuna, Real Madrid, I'm not sure. But Mbappe does like a little, what are they called? Like step over, and he takes it down the line. And then Mbappe literally dives before he even makes contact. Just like that, Vinny dives before they make contact. And it's a penalty. And they don't even check VAR, bro. He's literally, I wish I want to stand up and show you, but like, he's dragging his feet. He's dragging his foot. Vinicius is literally dragging his foot. And then they call it a penalty. And I don't care what anyone says, that is never a penalty. But anyways, I mean, I said it in my Ratch review on TikTok too. I mean, you got to give him props because he scored both of them. And it's not always easy to do. But hey, I mean, he slides them both in. Who else gets a goal? Gonzalo Garcia gets a goal. We kind of talked about that with assist from Trent. I think it was a bad finish from Gonzalo Garcia. He like barely touches the ball. That could have been a really bad miss. But you know, that was an amazing assist from Trent. I mean, the way he saw that, there were so many times where Real Madrid were making runs, like dangerous runs, and I think that's why I think that's why it was easy to watch Real Madrid today, because they were actually like active. Unlike Real Sociedad, who by the way were like they were like scared of Real Madrid, bro. They never even attempted to do a run. Like, I mean, in the first half, like a couple of times. But in the second half, maybe a little bit more. But like, dude, there was like a big time span where they were just like passing back. They weren't even trying to go forward. I mean, it is hard kind of when you have like defenders like, I don't know, like on the wings. Like Carreras, I honestly think he had a really good game. But yeah, dude, it is what it is, bro. I mean, I'm honestly very annoyed that Real Sociedad, like, I think what's pissing me off the most is that Real Sociedad literally beat us, and they just bent over for Real Madrid. I mean, there's no other way to put it, bro. They literally just, like, didn't even show up. But, yeah, that makes how many wins in a row for Real Sociedad is that? I mean, for Real Madrid. Okay, never mind. That's just, like, 2 wins in a row. Okay. Or 3 wins in a row, including this one. But, yeah, I think, did I cover everything? I covered the 2 penalties, the goals, Oyarzábal's goal. Yeah, I mean, I think this Real Madrid performance today was one of their best. And if they continue like this, they'll have no problem against Benfica. I'll be honest. But if Mbappe comes, I think they'll struggle a little bit more against Benfica, because I genuinely think that when Mbappe and Vinicius are both on the pitch, it's not good. It's not good football to watch. It's not good, like performance-wise. And the only one who benefits is Mbappe, because he's the one scoring the penalties, and he's the one, doing, like, just beating everyone for pace. But it is what it is, bro. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys enjoyed me complaining and annoying and just pretty much moaning about every single play. But yeah, hope you guys have a good day. Happy Valentine's Day to anybody who's watching this on Valentine's Day. And yeah, that's it from me. Take care and peace, guys.